Yay!
Yay! Where's the call? Oh! Where's the call?
Welcome to RTV Zone, everybody. What an exciting... We got Tarzan here tonight, which was a big surprise for even me. I'm super stoked to have you here, Tarzan. Holly, we love you here always, and Yao Man and Troyzan. It's going to be a fun night. We're all amped up and ready to party. So, we were just talking a little bit before we started recording, and Tarzan showed us his lovely shadow box, and Tarzan, you wanted to share a poem with us? Was that what you wanted to share? I would love to hear it.
Yes, I would love to hear this too.
I would too.
You'd love to hear it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
yes,
not.
Please.
Let's do it.
Please, you can't plan this sort of thing. It's great.
Let me find my box.
Okay. He looks like he's living. It looks like he's in a cave. It's like so black.
Dark hole. And listen,
I'm wondering
what you're hiding behind you. You have a bookshelf full of porn DVD. You don't want us to see.
There is let me just say,
oh, God.
The remaining character, there's a tenebrific, cannibalistic reason for the darkness. Tenebrous.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds very mysterious to me.
Hold on, I gotta look.
I don't want to shock anybody, so I think I shall leave the lights out, except for the light that glows upon my wonderful face. So anyway,
you do look quite handsome, I must say.
Yeah, you do.
Really?
Your eyes are glowing.
Actually, I think I look a little fat in this thing.
I should come in there. I should come in there and probably lighten you up. The brilliance of my illumination will brighten you.
Yeah, man.
Tarzan, please share your poem. I want to hear it.
Well, I hope it's okay. Listen closely, though, because it has a philosophical, poetic essence. The poetic reality of CBS Survivor by Gregory Lance, Sage, Moonblood, Scaramouche, Tarzan Smith, M.D. To win Survivor is the goal. If $1 million lifts your soul, you must outwit, outplay, outlast, or be a savage, soon outcast. Toward winning, hints are now proclaimed how best to play Survivor's game. Do not be smart, for smart guys lose. Do search for hidden idle clues. Do not see nor too tough, but win a little, just enough. Expect betrayal and deceit. Castaways will lie and will cheat. Though bugs might bite and rain might pour, though nights might chill and fevers soar, whilst hunger gnaws to cleave thy meat, whilst bones cry out and sinews shriek. No worries, mate, there's no cabal. Rebuff thy woes to win it all. Do not give up. Thy fate's not cast. All need you do is pray to last. But be ye warned, you can't be sure. There's too much luck to be secure. You might not be the one to win, and yet you're cooked because of sin. And
wow.
Yeah, wow.
I have to say, that's pretty good, Tar. That's like the Survivor anthem. It's like we should get some music to that and sing it.
All I have to say is...
You should do that like in a coffee shop with, get some snapping going on during.
That's from the 50s, my era.
Yes, Scoodly, wow.
So all I have to say is this. Listen, you all. All I have to say is, Ongawa.
Okay.
Which means...
Hi, y'all. I'm going to turn the lights on in this... Hey, listen, I'm going to turn the lights on in this room, and you're all going to be shocked out of your minds.
Nice, I like it.
Turn them on.
Scared.
Turn them on.
I want everybody to know Troyzan is totally naked.
Hey now. Hey!
I dare ye to stand up and show your accoutrements as they dangle forth.
Accoutrements? It is like
I guess
food,
you're talking about your blowgun. Euphemistically.
No, please. It is illegal. If it is in the turgid state.
It'll never make YouTube. It's like, oh, did you see Troy Sands'
Your man will
blowgun?
enjoy this.
His blowgun.
I forgot to put a warning on this episode that Holly and I are surrounded by total pervs.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's totally appropriate because this episode had so much boobage in it. Wasn't there a lot of boob shots
yes,
in this
there was a lot.
Unbelievable.
Even like close-up shots of boobs. Like, they zoomed in. That was like, hello.
You know what?
And they zoomed in on people looking at Angie's boobs.
I saw not a boob to save her.
Okay, here's a question, Tarzan. Were they real or were they fake?
Well, I shan't say, only because I try to, be appropriate occasionally. So I shan't say, but
No, come on. We want
I have an opinion. I have an opinion, but
you're an expert.
I'll keep it to myself.
You can testify in court there.
In fact, I have an expert opinion, no doubt about it. I can give you all the
That's what we're
anatomical
looking
features
for.
of a perfect bosom.
We
Go
want
give
your
it then.
opinion. Please
We
give
want
it.
your opinion of Angie's bosoms.
You first, Holly.
No, you're the expert.
You're the-
I want to hear from you.
That's right.
I am the
We're
expert,
looking
no
for
doubt about it.
An expert opinion, please.
Come on, we want to hear it.
Really?
Come on. Tell us.
I think they're fake, and they look great, but I don't know why a
Now, which one are you talking about?
22-year-old even has
when
fake
you say
boobs.
fake, which one are you talking about?
Angie,
one are you talking about?
the blonde.
Angie.
The cute one.
Yeah, I
The
know who
really
Angie
cute,
is.
hot one that was cuddling
cute blonde.
with
Cookie, right?
Malcolm.
Cookie,
Yes,
who
the Cookie
cuddles with Kit
Monster.
Malcolm. The one who has an appetence for Malcolm.
Yes,
exactly.
A concupiscence.
I
But
think
anyway,
she's fake.
no, I think
She's fake,
in my
right?
opinion, if I may say so, she's almost prepubescent with regard to her contours. So, how old is that girl? About 20?
She's 20.
She's like 22 years old. Like way
No,
too
she'll be-
young
I
to
think she'll-
have a
she's
boob
gonna
job.
be
She's 20
20.
years old from
She's going to be
Well, like,
21.
I'm fond of saying you
she's
cannot
20 from
really,
Provost, Utah.
from a plastic surgery standpoint, you can't judge a woman's bosom unless you see them naked. So in all fairness to all the girls there on the tribes, they could be wearing clothes that are unfavorable with regard to their contours, because a lot of women do not know how to wear clothes to fit their breasts. So in all fairness to those girls, I couldn't say realistically who has the best breasts and who doesn't. No, it's true. Everything I'm saying is true.
I can tell you
Here
that's
it
the
is.
best breast
So
out
can
there.
I ask you a question?
And they don't even have to be naked.
Didactically speaking. Anyway,
Okay,
so
Troy
do you
Zan, who do
call
you
them
think has the best
breasts, or do
boobs
you
on
call-
this season?
Okay, well, as a photographer, and I think that I can judge breasts as well as the next guy, I think Angie's got spectacular breasts, and I don't care if they're fake or not, because if they're fake, they're primo. So I think Angie has the best breasts. I mean, and if
And
they're
what about
fake,
you?
that's fine.
Yeah, man, we all know that you are the connoisseur of boobs
Pervert
on
of
Survivor
perverts, yes.
specifically.
I like it, and I think it's fake. So does
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You as a surgeon,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Tarzan, can I ask
Ladies
you?
and gentlemen, Yo Man, from the standpoint of sexual dimorphism, is Asian. So you have to judge it based on Asian reality.
All the women I know, Asian women are double A's. Okay, you see it.
Yo Man,
Asian
are you
woman,
frozen?
right? Like Christina Cha. I am.
Yes, Christina Chow. What about her?
Christina
Chow,
had
not
great
Chow.
boobs. She had a
Perfect.
great rack, for
Right,
sure.
but it has to be
Yeah.
fake because
Maybe the best
otherwise
Survivor
she
boobs
should be
of
a
all
double A.
time.
And they were real.
No,
Yeah.
Christina's aren't real.
No?
No, they're
They,
fake.
wow, they looked real.
She told me.
He lived with her.
I shan't comment, but I know.
She stayed at my house.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about penises instead.
Hey now. Here.
Mine is
Okay,
my penis.
here's my opinion.
No, please.
Here's my opinion on
go.
penises on Survivor. My opinion on penises on Survivor. They don't show enough of them. That's all I'm going to say.
Really?
It's always about boobs.
But
There's
you don't
never
want
any
to
penises.
Ladies, you had a chance. Ladies, hold on. You had a chance to see my scroti in 2 shots on Survivor 24. What do you think?
Oh, we saw it. We saw it, and it's one of our favorite photos to look at.
Yeah, well, probably. Listen, I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag, but probably the largest set you've ever seen.
They're pretty high and tight. I will say that.
I don't know about high and tight.
I wouldn't say
They're
high
like-
and tight.
No, I
mean, I can be realistic. Okay,
I say
they're
low and
like-
loose.
They're malignant metal.
It's
Oh my God.
And all.
This
Thank
show
you.
is
Thank you.
absolutely
How
insane
age
right
gravity have taken its toll. I'm sorry, but
Well, for myself, we got buck naked, and they fuzzed us out. It was fuzzy squares. So we gave it
I know
our
chicken shit those
100%.
guys.
Actually,
We gave it a good
to be
call.
honest, I'll tell you guys a secret. When Troyson and I got naked, the lady feminist passed out.
Yeah, right.
No, really.
And then Sabrina started screaming.
She experienced neurogenic shock from all the lasciviousness within her soul.
What the hell is going on right now? Okay, you know what?
Jerry,
I'm gonna bring
you
this
lost
all
control
full circle
of
for a
information.
second. I'm gonna bring this around full circle because we already talked about Angie's boobs and her cuddling with Malcolm quite blatantly in everyone's face and whatnot. But I have to say, one of the best catchphrases that was shared with us in this episode that I hope will carry on through further survivors is being booty blind.
Yes, I love it.
I was like, that is the funniest catchphrase I've
By
ever
those
heard on
headlights,
Survivor.
right?
Yeah, by her
Tarzan.
headlights. He was booty blind. Don't be booty blind. When
Was that
Malcolm
Roxy
said that, I was
that
like,
said
oh my
that?
God.
Was it Roxy
Speaking
No,
that
it
came
was
up with that?
Malcolm. No, Malcolm said it because he wanted to make sure that he kept reminding himself not to become booty blind, and then let
booty
that
blind.
change his game. Yes.
Yes, booty blind.
It was priceless. It was totally priceless.
Oh, God, there
and then,
Yeah, that's a booty right there. Oh my God!
Can
Look
you
at
Why
this.
can't I
imagine?
see it?
I'm
Oh,
that
there.
old, and look at the size of those things. Hey, I'm that.
Jesus, that
You
is
should
just.
see what's in front of it if you think that's something.
Oh, Tarzan.
Oh God! Here we go.
Hey, I bet
the
you
only
guys don't
gravity
know.
to thank for. I don't know.
Did
I
you
am so glad
remember
to hear
Stretching
Tarzan.
it
Roxy
up, it stays
chanting
big. You know that.
on the seashore? Do you remember seeing Roxy chant on the seashore? I think it's Roxy. She was
Roxy.
chanting. What she was
Yes.
saying.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Was
She,
she-
the crazy
No,
she
she wasn't
chanting?
chanting.
She
No,
gonna
was
tell you the
speaking in
words of that.
tongues.
Yes, she's speaking in tongues. She's speaking in tongues.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you the
glossolalia,
word
yeah.
for speaking in tongues because you probably don't know it. It's called
What is the word?
glossolalia. Glossolalia. It means to speak in tongues. Okay? Glossolalia. Just remember that. That's speaking in tongues. That's what she was doing. That's the word
Can
for
you
it.
Wow.
speak in tongues, Tarzan? Can you do that?
I think I'm speaking in tongues right now, aren't I?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I've got to say that religion always seems to be the most polarizing subject on Survivor. Like, the second someone starts talking about Jesus and the Bible, and no one's ever spoken tongues before, which I would have
That
voted
was
her
a-
off right then. I'm just waiting for her head to spin around 360 degrees. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I know.
But-
I'm like,
That was really
They-
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Up until that
Scientologist
point, I
on
kind of-
time. Yes.
And
that?
Denise,
What's that? Yeah, man?
Denise and who else was watching her? There were two people sitting there and watching her.
Russell.
Yeah,
Yeah, Russell
Denise,
and,
yeah.
yeah. That was when she lost me. I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know. It's always amazing to watch the crazy. They're always gonna, cast a little bit more of a crazy Christian that's like fanatic, and they always are gonna pray to God or Jesus, but then if it doesn't go right, then I'm like, well, what happened? Where's Jesus? Like, is he in the coconut tree, or did you lose him? Like, you didn't. What happened? You know, it was.
Yeah, wasn't that? It was Denise who. God, what did she say? She said, I don't look to God to help me with anything. When I go to a challenge, I'm not praying to God to help me. I'm digging deep within myself. Like,
that's exactly what she said.
Yeah. I appreciate her saying that, but at the same time, I was waiting for lightning to strike her on the beach.
Okay. Let me interject. Do you think, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait,
Tarzan, hold on.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm back.
I hear you.
Is it me?
I can hear you fine, Tarzan.
That's why.
You know, I can't.
Okay. All right, Tarzan. Tarzan, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Not that it was important, but do you think Roxy... Hold on now. Do you think Roxy is a theist, a deist, or a pantheist?
She's a deist.
I think she's probably a deist.
I'm afraid, Dad.
Or agnostic.
What did you say, yo man? What did you say? Yo man?
I think she's either deist or an agnostic. She's either deist or agnostic.
No, she's a Pentecostal.
Anybody
Pentecostal Christian.
Anybody that can do glossolalia has to be either a deist or a deist.
I thought you meant
an agnostic is a pantheist.
See, Roxy is Pentecostal.
Okay.
Holly, your daughter knows
what the hell are you guys talking about? I don't understand. All I know is she's crazy.
Everybody open up your prayer faith Bible and to the first chapter.
Let's take a vote.
We can pray and reach down deep into that pocket of yours and pull out a $50 or maybe a $20 bill and just put it in the bucket and we're going to raise it.
Ladies, look how handsome Troy Zan is. Look at this dude. I'm jealous. Look at that. What a stud, man.
He's got hair that I don't have, that's all.
And for an Asian, you're saying,
look, if I had hair, I would be as handsome, you know.
Let's all vote. How many wanted Roxy out?
I voted her out.
I wanted her out.
I voted her off.
She's got to go.
I'm glad she's gone. No, I bet she was lazy, right? She was a lazy tribalman.
And also, when they went into the challenge, and Russell looked at her and said, "You know, we need someone who can run twice," and she said, "Oh, I didn't drink enough water." I was like,
she needed to
really?
go. She was lazy.
I don't like someone.
You know what? At least Angie stepped up to the plate and ran twice, which we all know. If you've ever had to run twice in something that brutal in the sand, that's tough.
I don't trust someone like that. I can't trust someone like that.
I kind of like the atavistic romance blossoming between Malcolm and Angie. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a dangerous move. It's one of those things, obviously, a couple is always kind of looked at in a dangerous sort of way. And the fact that they denied it just made it more dangerous to me because that just means that they're hiding it, which means they're,
I want to test your
hiding other things is great.
Exactly, because then
I want to test your acumen. Did you see the erection in Malcolm's pants?
Whoa!
Anybody?
Hey now,
anybody?
I don't look at.
I didn't.
When they were hugging, did you see it? Anybody?
No.
Did any of you ladies look for it?
I didn't.
Tell the truth, Holly.
I was looking.
Mature women, you didn't look for it. You didn't look for it.
I want to know, Tarzan, did you see the erection?
And why, if so, why were you looking down at this Johnson anyway? Like,
I wanted to test the pheromones passing between them, and if there was an erection, there was surely some pheromonal activity.
Well, I mean, come on, he's 24 years old and she's hot.
And did you notice when they were laying in the hut, he did put his hand down.
All I can say is my wife would have noticed.
He put his hand down where?
Yes, he did. I
in the
saw
front
that
of
down
her body.
He put her in her pants?
Yes.
Didn't you see it?
I didn't see it. You saw it in her pants.
No.
I saw it in the front region of her abdomen.
Well, okay,
Let's be
front
honest.
region.
Well, did he? Okay, hold on. Time out. Did his fingers go down and reach carpet or not?
No.
Come on.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe she doesn't have carpet.
It depends how long his middle finger is.
No, it depends how long she's been on the island because she probably shaved and she doesn't have carpet yet. So that's probably a key.
Troy Zan, it's not shaved. You have a wax before you go.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, just a guess. I mean,
Jerry, right?
I know for a fact it didn't happen. I know for a fact it didn't happen
because not in real life.
Because I had a magnifying lens up to the screen of my TV. It didn't happen.
Okay. Glad we got that clear.
Why is it every time I talk, people become silent?
Because you talk about erections and breasts. What else do we do?
That's because
I'm just trying to keep it topical. I'm just trying to say what you guys are thinking.
I don't think he had a boner. Seriously, I just don't think he did.
I'm bored. Let's go back to breasts.
It's still early. Okay, you know what? Let's just change it up a little bit because this is something about this episode that really hit home for me. And breasts and hard-ons aside,
can we talk about butts?
No, this is the rain episode. The episode where people crack. The episode where those of us who have been on Survivor who have post-traumatic stress disorder feel it come back just a tiny bit because we've all been in the place that they've all been in where it just won't stop raining and you feel like you're going to lose your mind.
Stress disorder. I have a medical opinion about post-traumatic stress disorder.
Share. Heavens, are we going to understand it?
This could last
it's politically incorrect.
Get your dictionaries out, ladies.
Holly, ask your daughter.
Go. She's not here. She's at the library.
Okay.
What? I want to hear it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Desk dictionary.
Go ahead.
Explain to me what post-traumatic.
Hey, you know what?
Your theory.
I'm sorry. That dictionary isn't big enough.
Here, will this help?
I don't doubt that for a second.
That dictionary holds mostly relatively common words. It doesn't have words like
disorder.
It doesn't have words like pneumonon. I tell you what, let's just for fun, since we're doing this, look up the word pneumonon, Nouhmenon. See if it's in there. I bet it isn't. Pneumonon.
N-O-U.
Here, let me look up in my Survivor dictionary. Here, hold on. Let me.
Okay, Blue Lagoon.
let me try to find something here. Are you guys hearing the dinging again?
Yes.
Okay,
maybe we should all do the.
I'm really looking. N-O-U.
N-O-U-M-E-N-O-N.
M-E-N. Nope, it's not in here.
You probably won't find it.
Nope. I want to know what your theory is on post-traumatic stress disorder, Tarzan. I'm curious. Bless
you. Hear me?
Yes.
Try it again. Let me try it again.
Oh my God. He thinks it's bull. He thinks
Tarzan,
it's bull.
Please.
He must think it's fake.
Yeah, Tarzan.
It's reprogaful. It's reprogaful. Look that one up. I bet it isn't in there.
Oh, God.
No, I want to know what your theory on post-traumatic stress disorder is.
Give it to us in layman's terms.
There are psychoses, neuroses, and there's other things. But I'm sorry, there's so much pseudoscience now. Holly, ask your daughter. That it's ridiculous. So I basically have a negative opinion of that, just like I have for some of the other things that people are diagnosed with lately.
Okay, well,
like sex addiction.
Jesus. So, yeah, just to
no.
bring it back to what I was trying to say.
Don't refer to me as Jesus. I'm Tarzan.
Oh my God. Oh, not that either. Sorry, I don't mean to call you God. So yeah, I think this was definitely an episode where everyone can relate to the rain situation.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah, and
it looks like it's raining there.
Jerry,
I can't remember.
Did you have trouble with the rain? Did you have trouble with the rain, Jerry?
All 3 times I played, yes, I did. We had the first 6 days, we always say it, the first 6 days is the worst. It's the hardest to get through, and once you get through the first 6 days, you tend to get into a pattern of behavior. You find tasks to do on a daily basis that keep your mind and your body kind of adjusted. But those first 6 days, when people break down like that, I have nothing but complete sympathy for them. I never look at them and go, oh, they're weak. I always think, God, I really just hope they can get through those days.
Did you notice that Troy and I had no problem with stuff like that? You know why that is?
Yes. Why is that?
Do tell.
Tell him, Troy-Zan.
No, you said it, so I want to listen to this explanation, and I'll
How long is this going to take, Tarzan?
Either Tarzan says it, or I shan't say it myself.
Okay,
we had, honestly, all facetiousness aside, we had no problem with it. It was like being on heaven on earth on that island. It was one of the most fantastic adventures I've had. I love the stress, the dysomnia. I developed kwashiorkor, protein deficiency, while I was on that. I lost a lot of weight. It was a wonderful experience, fighting the elements and things of that sort. It was highly enjoyable, and I think Troy-Zan felt the same way. We loved it.
I agree. I mean, I sat in the pouring rain, but I was different for me because I'd waited so long, like 11 years. I just felt like, this was part of it. And I was, even though it sucked to sit and be wet, I was like, this is what I wanted. This is what I waited for. So I remember Chelsea, she lost it. She's ready to quit at any second. I mean, within a second, because her hands were gray. And they were gray and wrinkled up and all I remember the people that were around me, they were really suffering. And it's like mentally you give up, because once your brain says, I don't want to do this anymore, it's like you can't escape. You can't just get in a car and drive away or something. You feel like you're in a sense stuck too. People who have never seen rain like that, who did not grow up in tropics like I did, I mean, it really is horrendous. I mean, even for me, I've been away from the tropics for 20-something, 30 years before it went on Fiji, and when it started raining like that, it took me a while to remember. Oh my God, that's how it used to be. And now I remember what it was like. I mean, the water just pours down, and it's non-stop, right? It's not like there's an end to it. It's like you look up the sky and it's gray and it's dark cloud. You go, when is this going to stop? Yeah, it is very. You can't get away from it because it's for a lot of people. It's like in your daily life, you can get an umbrella, or you can put a rain shadow, something like. And the thing is, it's the feeling of the water that just keeps touching you, and that's something that you're not used to. It's like what. Although I feel like. I mean, I'm here in Florida. It pours rain all the time. So in some sense, yeah, I did prepare myself. So I wasn't as crazy, but I know how they felt. I mean, because I could see it on their faces, And I know there's no such thing as a completely waterproof shelter. There's no, exactly. What people don't understand either until you get that tarp. And even then, to escape the wind, which when you're wet, all of a sudden you're freezing cold. Brutal, and then you go into a state of hypothermia, and it's very easy to switch over into the completely and total manic side of it. Yeah,
and you can imagine what it's like. But until you get out there and you realize it's horrible. I remember sitting in the rain the first night, and I was freezing cold, and my first thought was, what have I just done? So you start getting these negative thoughts in your head in the freezing rain, and that's kind of what makes a person meltdown, flip out. I had a meltdown. I was done. Day 5, I was out of there. So last night when I saw that happen to Lisa, I could totally relate to what she was going through. Yeah. And as far as Lisa, the whole topic of Lisa for me is it's a very personal subject and thing for me to watch,
because I had that experience in Panama as well. I felt very ostracized from my tribe. I didn't have anyone who I could talk to, who would comfort me, who I could comfort. I felt very much on the outside. And then once that lends itself to just making everything else seem much more worse than it is. And I'm like I said last week, I really truly hope that Lisa pulls it together, because I adore her. I think she is such a great person for this game, and I think she's got a lot to gain from the experience with all the things that have happened in her life. And I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently she got divorced literally right before she went to go on Survivor. So she's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and if you can just get through that first 7 days and get through and then you're like, okay, I'm used to being hungry all the time. I'm used to this rain. I'm used to feeling this way. If you can just get through it, then it's like, wow, I really made it. You really feel like you've accomplished something. And people watching don't understand. They, even the fans, they think that they know, and they like, oh, you guys, I would be this way in the rain and that way. I mean, they've never sat in the rain for 48 hours until they do that, or they're secluded. You're secluded out there from the time that you arrive on the island. You're cut off from the outside world. That's part of it. That's weird that you've never felt. You're cut off from everything. Your family, nothing. So and then you're with people, and then you're with people that don't want you to be with you. You feel secluded, and there's no way to know it until you're actually there. There's no way that you can feel
lonely.
it.
It is the most lonely I've ever felt.
Me
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah, so I know how it felt too, because I felt alone at one point, where it's just it was me and there was nobody else, and then you hear this word family or a letter from a family. You're like, oh my God, I lost it. So that's just I know how they feel.
Has a way of making you deal with your demons and your insecurities and things that, in your normal life you would never take the time to experience. And out there, you have nothing but time. And then all those things resurface, and you just hope that there's somebody out there you can sort of kind of trust, that you can talk to. But I know for me, I could never find that in another person. Right. Any of the 3 times I played. Except Mitchell.
Who
I wish was here tonight. Yeah.
I know. Jerry, does it get any better? Was it worse the first time, and then the second time you play? How do you compare as far as being lonely in the rain? Are you ever really mentally prepared?
No, you're not. And you would think that you would be, but then you get out there, and it's like giving birth, from what I understand. I've never given birth. Women go through this extreme pain, and then they say, oh, I'm never going to have another kid again, and then they go and they get pregnant and they have another kid, knowing how painful it's going to be. It's the same thing going back on Survivor. Every time I did it, I got there and I'm like, geez, I totally forgot how hard this is. And it still took, because there's different people, there's different locations, so
Jerry.
It never feels the same.
Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry.
Tarzan.
Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
Why did I do it? Because I wanted $1 million.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, I wanted an adventure. The first time I did it for the adventure. And I was in LA for 7 years. I was an actress. I was struggling. I didn't have a lot of money, but I've always been very adventurous. The second and third time, I went for the money. I didn't care about being on TV. I didn't care about getting attention. I didn't care about any of that. I wanted to win $1 million. So, I can recognize people who are on it just to be on TV. Yes, Tarzan. Yes.
Miss Jerry, can I see the picture behind your head? No, seriously.
Which one?
You got a curious picture behind your head, right there, with an arm up, like somebody's making a muscle. Will you bring that to the camera?
Oh.
Bring it up. Let's see. What is it?
That's me.
Oh,
it's me.
It is you. Look at her.
Oh my God.
There's some nice boobs, right, Tarzan?
Yeah, I'd have to say, the cheetah woman. Hello.
And
those are nice.
They're real.
Those are nice bosoms.
They're real. Why, thank you. This was actually for
real?
Sports Illustrated for women.
That was SI?
For women,
as
yes.
a plastic, I'm going to say something. Hold on. What I say is important. As a plastic surgeon, I would say those
Are we going back to boobs?
Beautiful bosoms as far as I can tell. I admit they're in clothing, but they're beautiful bosoms, and I can tell that from behind your head.
What the hell? Bosoms. You can.
Wow.
Is bosoms like a dated word? Because I never hear bosoms ever.
It's a romantic word, Troy Zan. You might try it just once in a while.
Jerry, your bosom. Hey, honey, come over here and let me feel your bosom.
You know, romantic, give them a flower, and you don't use vulgar words. You don't talk with cacophagia.
I thought you would use a medical term like mammary glands.
Jerry, you can look up cacophagia. That will be in the dictionary.
Oh, dear God. I'll look it up later. I'm scared.
Okay. Holly, what's up, girl? You haven't said much. You don't have a picture of you in a bikini, do you?
No. In fact, I told casting that if they make me wear a bikini or I have to wear a bikini, I will not go on national television. See, I need to come see you.
You didn't wear a bikini?
No.
You never wore a swimsuit?
What were you wearing?
I had a tankini on.
I gotta look this up. I need to Google Holly right now.
Oh my gosh.
I need to come and see Tarzan. I need we'll talk later about it. I don't want to, talk that everybody can hear it, but yeah.
Oh, you do. You just have like a black tank top on.
Yeah.
Holly.
No, it's a tankini.
What the hell's a tankini?
It's a tank top with a bikini bottom, right?
Yeah. No, it's got shorts. The bottoms are shorts.
No, that's not what I had on. That was for my photo. But then I had on like a printed swimming suit on national television.
Like a crazy print, all kinds of patterns.
Holly.
Yeah.
Holly. Oh, I think Jerry moved over so I could see some more pictures. But anyway, Holly.
Yes. I'm afraid what you're going to ask me.
I noticed you don't have sternorhynchoscopia.
What the hell's that?
Good.
So can you back away from Holly? No. Would you back away from the camera just a bit?
Oh no. Jesus! Here we go. Holly, would you bear your breast on national TV?
Look at me. I'm backing away.
You need to back away and stand up because we've only seen the backside, and that scares me.
I'll back away. I'm scared.
Yeah, I think we're all a little scared now, Holly.
Oh yeah, Holly. I'm looking at Holly's outfit. It's like
it's horrible, isn't it?
It's like a tank top with and then you got your pants on. Oh my gosh, that's homeless.
Wow.
How does she look, Troy Zan?
Thanks, Troy Zan. Thanks.
Well, no, it's a group photo with Sash and. Who's the old man that was on your season?
Holly, your bio.
Dan.
In the CBS bio, you had a black outfit on. A black V-shaped.
Troy Zan, is she wearing lipstick?
I highly doubt it in this.
You know what?
In this photo.
Something tells me no.
Listen, I don't know how I survived 38 days without lipstick. I need to have my lipstick on.
More so than a toothbrush?
Look at those teeth. Wow. Look at those teeth.
Yeah, that toothbrush thing still freaks me out. I still think about that sometimes.
God,
I'm like, oh my God, we didn't have a toothbrush for that many days. How disgusting were we, really, when you think about it?
Hey, but you know that Jerry, the cap on my second molar, the cap on my second molar fell off the second day I was there, and I had to keep putting it back on? And do you know I had a 6-inch laceration to the periosteum of my tibia that became infected and took 20 days to heal? Do you know I had a second-degree burn on my right knee? All of that happened while I was on that game.
But that's his own fault.
You know
he put the machete in the fire and stuck it on his leg.
Well, I was carving Tarzan Love Terry. And while I was thinking about it, this was after several days of dysomnia, I thought,
that's a technical term for that. It's called a class.
I backed up and I put the machete on my leg and I heard, and I go, oh God, I burned myself.
Oh,
you sound like scooping. Oh my God. You guys, did you see, like, at the end of the episode when they shoot to Scoopin and, like, Scoopin gives it all, and he's bleeding and from his face.
His head's all full of blood. I mean, that guy, I swear, he's not going to, I mean, he's cutting himself and slicing his feet, and he's always doing something like, that's crazy. I mean, it might be, I don't know.
Jerry.
Yeah, that girl was like, did you cut yourself again?
Your room has grown. Jerry, your room has grown dark.
Yes.
Are you fearful I may be able to read some of those books in the background or something? I don't know.
No, I had the window open and I had natural light coming in, and now it's getting dark outside.
Right. I got it.
Okay, so we have to talk about what happened at Tribal Council, because first of all, that tribe going back again. I'm thinking to myself, okay, Russell, you're out of here, right? Again. But then the focus totally turns to the tongue-speaking Christian and the beauty queen, who, when asked by Jeff Probst if she could change anything at camp, what would it be? All she says is, cookies.
I wish we could have cookies.
I think
cookies,
if you saw the look on Jeff's face.
That's the best response ever.
I know,
if you have it still recorded, you have to look at Jeff Probst's face, because he is so dumbfounded. Like, he's expecting at least some kind of answer he can reply to. And when she says we could have cookies, his face, and then he gets pissed. You can tell he totally got pissed. Like, is anyone else not freaking out about this answer? And, Malcolm, of course, is not going to say anything bad about her. But, my God.
No.
Really?
I know, like, of all things that you could pick, I mean, of all subjects, it's like there could be anything Survivor-ish. It's like, okay, cookies.
But that was
totally out of left
field. That was a wonderful
Whose
moment
head is not
Survivor.
in the game?
Which
one of these players is not in the game?
Yeah, that was a wonderful moment, and Jeff was not pissed. That's part of the game. He loved it that she said that.
He loved
you could tell he was irritated that nobody said anything.
The reason I kept saying the game is afoot, you guys got to realize that Jeff guy knows everything he needs to know. That's why they have the little meetings every night and every afternoon. He knows the whole game.
You don't have to tell
I swear to you, he loved that she said cookies. And he acted the angry part.
You could tell, like, he was dumbfounded, Holly. Good word. But then when nobody challenged her, nobody would challenge her, and that was where he was like, "Are you kidding me?" And you know what? Okay, I gotta out you, Holly. Holly, I gotta out
Jeff
you
is
for
a great actor.
Bringing the new character into the show. Show us the new character.
Well, I think we have a it's a special appearance.
A special guest.
Is this from the Tribal Council itself? Like, you took this from the...
he was supposed to be there. I heard that this person was supposed to show up at Tribal Council, and he didn't. So I called him today, and I asked him to be on tonight, and he's here.
Nice. Yeah, buddy. Cookies. Cookies. We love Angie. She's such a great... I love it. Oh my God. That's classic.
She is pretty damn adorable, I gotta say.
I honestly, I heard that she is a sweetheart. I heard she's a very sweet person. And
I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's cool.
I bet you do, you perv.
Yeah.
I would like her if she had small little A cups. I'd still like her.
Right.
I mean,
well,
I think she does have
she's 20 years old.
Like a little sister. Just a little sister that, come here, honey, it's all right.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said that, because how many of you wanted to throw up when Malcolm said, no, we're just cuddling like she's my little sister.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
oh, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah,
and
your little
Tarzan
sister
saw he had a hard
basically her little sister, like the little sister's like riding him practically in the cuddle set. She's like, "Ooh, dude, like, I don't know about that." Oh my God!
I don't know what kind of family Malcolm comes from.
Listen, in all fairness, they could have a filial relationship between the two of them because it's so cold at night. And so one way to warm yourself up is to hug.
There's nothing wrong with cuddling. See, now if I was Roxy, I would have cuddled up right up against Angie or Malcolm and joined in. That's what I would have done.
Can we ask a serious question about strategy?
Well, yeah, let's talk about the challenge and stuff, too.
Okay, no, not the challenge.
Was amazing.
I want to ask you guys, they took us off into the woods twice a day to interview us about all of our plots and machinations, and I'm going to ask you guys, do you think it's wise, knowing full well that the production staff are trying to make a show, for you to tell them the secrets between the tribal members when you're in that conference? That secret conference that they haul us off twice a day for. You think it's wise for us to tell them the plots? Anybody?
I don't know what you mean exactly.
Well, see, part of the game, they're trying to write a script, and they call us naive ones into the jungle to discuss our plots and what we think of what's going on that day. Don't you think that at the end of that, after they interview all 18 people in the beginning, they go back to the production room and they discuss what they're going to do next to thwart our plans? Don't you think it's wiser to be a little deceptive when you're in one of those interviews and not really reveal what's really going on?
It depends on the situation. I mean, I know that I have personally withheld information from the producers at times.
Go ahead, yo man. What do you think?
Yo man.
It's yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What do you
think? I don't think they do that much of it, but they certainly manipulate manipulate the editing towards the end, so dialogue get edited way out of. Sometimes you can see that they pick up something we say, chronologically out of order, in order to assemble a story
to advance their agenda.
A script pre-written, right? So that's why they always want us to
advance their agenda, and so that they can make certain the ratings are high enough.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this discussion.
It's made up after when things happen after the fact.
I know from my personal experience, starting off back in season 2, there was not as much of that going on versus now. There's a lot more. It seems like there's definitely a sense of wanting to control a storyline, getting you to say something so that they can finish another section of something they already started the day before. Absolutely. I mean, we've talked about this to no end on previous RTV zones, because some people have been subject to that to such degrees that they feel like they were completely misrepresented. So yeah, it definitely goes on, because let's just admit it. This is a show that's entertaining people on a weekly basis, and it needs to generate viewers. It needs to generate money. There's a lot of things involved here, not just us. We're just merely pawns in the game, really, when you think about it. What's the face for, Holly?
Holly, you have an opinion. Give it.
I think it depends on how you want to play the game. I think I tried to say as little as I possibly could in those interviews, because you go to those interviews and they ask you questions. For instance, like one time they said to me, I was in a very tight alliance with Jane, and it came to the interview and they asked me, what do you think if Marty and Jane were in an alliance? And of course, they're going to try to put all these thoughts in your head. So you go back to camp and you start getting paranoid, thinking, oh my gosh, what if Jane and Marty are in an alliance and I don't know anything about it? So I didn't take those interviews very seriously. I thought, I'm going to play my own game. I'm out here for myself. I know maybe that sounds selfish, but you are. So I didn't take the whole interview thing very seriously.
Smart.
You have to be selfish. Nobody's looking out for you except yourself. Period.
Absolutely.
Anybody who's thinking they can actually trust somebody is naive.
Hey, listen, I think you're more likely to win this game if you're honorable, or you try to be honorable as best you can. Because without honor, you can't have allegiances that are worth anything. Right, Troyzan?
I get plead the fifth. I mean, I think the women. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I shouldn't say anything.
No, say something. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Take a chance.
Yeah, you should say something.
Yeah, come on, say it.
No, come on, Troyzan.
Because I can't. I don't want to say anything. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the women, and I just don't. I will have to.
Come on.
Come on,
let's all chant Troyzan.
No, I'm not gonna offend anyone. I just don't want to say it. I just feel like I don't want to say anything.
Hey, can you hint? Does it start with an A or a B?
No, I just
can't you hint, Troyzan? Be a man. You're 50.
I know. I just no.
Troyzan, this is if there's anywhere where you can actually speak your mind and get stuff out on the table that you've been holding in, this is the place to do it. Seriously, especially because you're surrounded by people who've been through the same thing you've been through. We're all kindred spirits here, honestly.
No,
and I know myself. I'm not afraid.
Well, I'm
Don't be
not
afraid.
I just would rather. I'd rather just be like. I'm always questioned like why I asked
chicken.
I'm not chicken. Why did I ask? What was the answer? The right answer at Tribal Council for Kim? What's the answer? She didn't give the right answer. What is the right answer? And it's like there was an answer that she could have given, and she didn't give me the right answer. And she didn't have the courage to give me the right answer. It had nothing to do with the game. It was completely outside the game. And if she would have answered my question, what?
Do you mean the right answer or the honest answer?
The honest answer, which was the right answer. And there's some things that are outside of this game that have nothing to do with the game that I don't agree with. It's like if I knew that you, man, and Tarzan and Holly and Jerry, we were all going to go back on the game, and we were going to play tomorrow, and I aligned myself with you guys right now, that is an unfair advantage to the rest of the people that are going to play. You're not on an even playing ground, and I understand that's fine to some people if you want to start that way, but there's no rules in Survivor. Once you're playing, you can steal my shit, you can say shit to me, you can do anything that you want in the game, but outside the game, I feel like you can't, and that's where I'm an honest person. I'm going to start on a level playing ground, just like if I was in an NFL game. I wouldn't go into your locker room the night before, read your playbook, come out and play the game and win and say that I won fairly. That's bullshit. So have the guts to tell me your answer. If you can tell me your answer in Tribal Council, Final Tribal, if I'm going to ask you a question and you have the courage to answer it, I'll give you $1 million. If you don't, fine. You didn't answer my question. I'm not going to give you $1 million. You don't have the courage to answer it. That's fine. And that's really all I'm going to say. You can read between the lines.
Well, just to refresh our memory, what was your question in Tribal Council? I don't remember.
I said to Kim, I said, listen.
Wait a minute. Let me interject just for a second. You don't have to reveal that necessarily. You said what you meant to say.
I can reveal my question. I can say what I asked her. I said, and I can tell you what was even edited out as far as questions. I said, listen, I said it's really between you and me, Kim. It's not between Chelsea or anybody else. It's like I have one question for you, and if you're the survivor who I think you are, and you have the courage to answer this, I'll give you the $1 million. And if you don't, I won't. I said. And I know that you know the answer, and you know that I know the answer. So there was a moment in this game when you stole my chance of winning the game. And when was it? Exactly. And it was the night that Jay went home. So answer the question, and I'll give you the money. She didn't answer the question.
Wow.
And that was it.
Guess I missed that.
Right. Well, everybody missed it because it was edited. Everything was edited out. During the game, and I was supposed to go home. The girls were supposed to vote for me, and they voted for Jay. Magically, somehow, Jay got voted out. I don't know how that happened. In between walking to Tribal Council. in between going to tribal council and walking to tribal council, wink, wink, and then ending up at tribal council, things were changed.
But you didn't get voted off, so isn't that your advantage that you?
No, I didn't get voted off, but I should have had the votes go my way. I played my idol. I wanted the votes to go my way. Vote for me because I'm going to use my idol, and then they'll all cancel out.
Oh. Well, I mean that's something that happens on Survivor. You know,
well, no,
when you're going to tribal council, it happens a lot. That on the way to tribal council, on the way back to camp from a challenge, on the way. I mean, all those little moments when we're not supposed to be talking to each other, people talk. There's communication occurring.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
Absolutely.
You're not supposed to do that.
Well, I mean,
let's be honest. It happens. It happens all the time.
I have a question and one statement, if I may. I have a question and one statement. First of all, I want to say, Holly, you are more youthful looking than you ought to be. That's my statement.
I need to come and see you.
Okay, you don't need to. I'm looking at you right now. This is a hell of a face.
No, you don't understand.
This is a face that isn't aging.
From here up, it's okay.
It looks good, though. I'm serious. You look much.
I love you, Holly.
The average woman does not look as good as you. I'm saying. From the gerontological standpoint, you look very youthful. That's my one statement. But my second statement is, I'm going to ask you people who've been on this program, do you think this is a microcosm of the reality of social interaction?
I say yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's no matter how corrupt it may be, either way, it is exactly the way life really is.
Yo, man, what do you say? What do you say,
to a certain extent, it is.
Yes, and this is why
I think to a
this game ought to be. This is why this game ought to be played. This is why this game ought to be played with honor and as much honesty as possible. And when you say you're an allegiance, you stick to that allegiance. And I think, from an evolutionary psychological standpoint, you have a higher chance of succeeding if you do this honorably. Admittedly, there are dishonorable people that win, but in general,
all the time.
When you consider the bell curve of the reality of the microcosm of humanity, you're on safer ground if you try to be honorable, is my statement.
I think the operative word there, Tarzan, is try. You know, we would all love to be completely 100% honorable. I know that's how I play the game as well. I've never lied to anybody. The 3 times I played, I've never lied to anybody. I never put myself in a position where I had to. But I want to say
nothing should ever be done, ever, for money. Not love, not a game, nothing. If you make money because you did well, that's the reason for making money.
That is your opinion.
That should not be the motive for doing this stuff.
There is no other reason to go back for that kind of torture and discomfort other than money. Sorry. And that's my opinion. That's
There's adventure. There's adventure. There's romance. There's experience.
My life is full of adventure. I can go on as many adventures as I want, and I do as often as I possibly can.
You've been on Survivor at least 3 times, so you had 3 of those adventures.
But I just want to make a point. Let me make a point. Remember, Jerry, you said the first time you went on for an adventure. The second and third time you went on, it was for the money. It depends on what a person is what kind of situation they're in. I think in their life, because I know there were people on our season that were there for the money, and then there were other people that were there clearly for the adventure. If you need the money, of course you're going to play for the money. If you don't need the money, who cares? You voted off, free vacation, whatever. So I think everybody is different. It's not, you're not just looking at everybody on the same page. Everybody goes into this game with a different outlook of how they're going to get to the end.
But it shouldn't be that way.
Whether they're going to lie, whether they're going to tell the truth. Doesn't matter.
Your kid shouldn't be a doctor to make money. They should be a doctor because they love being a doctor and doing what doctors do.
Yeah,
it should not be for money.
That's not a TV show. That's live. This is a TV show that's edited and manipulated.
You just said this show is a microcosm of reality.
The show itself, Tarzan,
is a
manipulated, dishonest program. Period. That's what the whole thing is. And the people that can go into it with an honorable sense, that's a great thing. If you can play the game honorably and feel good about it. But if you want to win, there are things you sometimes are forced to do that you don't like to do, that don't reflect who you are in your real life.
We should not be taught to think this way. But I'm an old guy. What do I know?
Oh, Tarzan. Okay. I really have enjoyed you sparking some heated debates here.
we barely talked about.
You're getting into the art and is, right? I mean, that is a very different scenario. You're getting into game theory about, arts and is and, tit for tat and so on. Yeah, we understand that. But in this case, quote unquote, reality TV is exactly what it is of high entertainment value, and for that entertainment value to come through, the people going in there have to have the motivation of the money. And so you act crazy, you forget your general morality of your upbringing, you no longer think about what is and what is art, right? I mean, we understand, evolutionary psychology, tit for tat, always win. The prisoner's dilemma, we know how to play.
It's not for the show.
Well, yeah, that's why they pick 18 different people.
You should do stuff with honor, never for money, and then reap the reward of what you've done. Jerry, you've had a fantastic reward. I know not what else you've done, but my life is also filled with adventure. This was just another adventure. But I would warn my children, never, ever have the motive in love or anything be money. You know what the odd thing is?
Advice.
If you really care about the adventure, if you really hold the principles of love, if you really feel these things, guess what? The money comes. Unbelievably, it comes anyway. You don't have to lie, cheat, and steal to earn a buck.
And with that, we will leave with the excitement for next week's episode, and hope that Mike Skupin doesn't end up getting backed out again.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming tonight. Honestly, this was a fun and very educational conversation that I have words I got to go look up now. Thanks.
And Jerry, one comment. Tarzan, there's a difference between surviving on Survivor, which is a reality show, and surviving in the real world.
I say,
yeah, we hope you understand that, Tarzan.
I do understand it quite well.
The RTV zone is afoot.
I don't think, Holly, having said that, is that what you would teach your daughter?
If she was on a reality show, did I lie? Yeah, I did. Did I tell people I wasn't going to vote them off, and I did? Yes, I did.
But did you play it with honor? It's what you do in the real world that matters.
Yeah, I felt like I played it with honor because I changed my attitude in the middle of the game. But, however, you also have to remember it's what you do in the real world that matters.
Well, I agree with that.
That's right,
I don't want to be too strict on my opinion.
Well, I mean, it is Survivor. We all know what's going to happen.
I don't want to be too strict.
Hey, here's my daughter. She just came back from the library. This is the
Hey, doctor.
Hello.
Hey.
Is it Dr. Hoffman? Is it Dr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Yeah, go have a talk with her, Holly. Make sure Tarzan would approve.
Yeah.
Next time, can we talk?
Wait a minute. Let's just one more question. I'm sorry. Holly, ask your daughter what she thinks about lying, cheating, and stealing when you were on Survivor.
Okay, Elizabeth, put this in your ear.
You told my friends?
Yeah. What do you think about your mom lying and cheating and stealing while I was on Survivor?
What do I think of what?
Ask the question.
You lying, cheating, and stealing.
What do you think of me lying and stealing and cheating while I was on Survivor?
I mean, it's just a game show. She doesn't lie and cheat in the real world, so who really matters? Who really cares?
But let me say, now I know what you've taught her. Now I know what she's learned from you.
That's right. When you're going for $1 million, do whatever it takes.
I vote no.
All right, you guys. All right. Go ahead. Say your last piece, or we got to get going. It's over an hour now.
I hope we get to talk about the show.
Was that exciting, that blackout?
I hope we get to talk about the episode next time. Like, at some point, like, talk about a challenge or what's going actually on this show.
You know what?
I agree, Troy.
This episode was actually pretty doggone boring, other than the rain and, you know, the cuddling. Let's just admit it.
And the Cookie Monster, yes.
Okay.
And the Cookie Monster. We got all the high points.
Do we all agree? Hey, wait a minute. Do we all agree that the shows we were in so far were far more entertaining than this one? Do we agree?
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I agree.
Oh, man. I think this one's pretty good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on RTVZone.com.
Okay, there you go.
When will we meet?